Hello everyone, this is Chase Pounds. I know in my previous first video, my camera had shut off because of the timer. But anyway, I was in my first video I am going to be discussing about certain ethnic ethnic foods that in the black community. But I was wanting to do this video for in honor of Black History Month, but my camera but not my camera. I was busy with work related stuff, and so that kind of put me behind and getting this video done. So this week I'm making it up. So what I'm gonna be, and I also forgot to mention in my first video that I also like to study race. I also like to I'm in to study race, Black history, and I also listen to a lot of talk shows and videos of a lot of black historians and civil rights activists, such as Dick Gregory and Claude Anderson. I was introduced to those people by my father. But but uh but in this video I'm gonna be discussing about certain ethnic cuisines that you don't associate with the black community, such as pasta, like spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, as I found out. Um, First mac and cheese was, as it for the research I did, was technically revolutionized by Thomas Jefferson. I used to think this was a myth that Thomas Jefferson created macaroni cheese, but and I actually had a girl in one of my classes from college. It was a class I took in called gender communications, where they talk well, well, where we had a project where we had to discuss our favorite dish, our favorite food. How does it represent our family, our culture, and tradition? Some tradition, and this girl mentioned that did a project on macaroni and cheese, and she mentions a little side history fact that Thomas Jefferson created macaroni and cheese. As it turns out, he did technically invent macaroni. He did invent macaroni and cheese, or I should say, revolutionized it. He from one of his trips over in Italy or France. It's been debated exactly what country where Thomas Jefferson discovered the 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 process of making macaroni and cheese, but he brought home a macaroni mold with him to Virginia into his Monticello plantation estate, where he would serve macaroni and cheese to a lot of continental dinners, and you often Thomas Jefferson himself wouldn't serve the macaroni and cheese, but of course he had slaves that would prepare it. I think his name was James Hemmings, that would prepare the macaroni and cheese. It was it's been speculated, but um it, and that's how African Americans would get their hands on, I guess, macaroni and cheese, was from having to make it. Of course, at the time, slaves themselves weren't making the macaroni and cheese for themselves or anything like that, but they would prepare it and serve it to the elite. This was something that was often served for the client elite people, and by the height of the antebellum period, macaroni and cheese was a popular dish of the deep South, and was found in many cookbooks. and was uh, sometimes referred to as macaroni pies or macaroni cakes. The way it was like making a cake because it was layers to making the macaroni cheese. But by the time emancipation, by the end of the Civil War, and with the slaves being emancipated, I mean with the signing of the well, I should say the signing of the Emancipation